The only struggle when I first started out was that I was not accepted.
Why?
The field that I work in, sound system and reggae music, it's classed as black people music. I'm Indian. It's very strange for them to actually see somebody else of a different nationality back then doing what they do, and sometimes doing it better as well. They didn't like, yeah. So you get that fight, that was a struggle.
Yes,
that
yes.
was a fight, because all of my crew, members of my crew, they're my cousins. So we're all Indian, and people doesn't accept, well, where's this Indian sound going?
Get ready for an electrifying episode as host Marian Artelayan sits down with reggae and dub legend King Earthquake, aka Errol Aowok. A pioneer of the UK sound system scene since the late 70s, King Earthquake is revered for his thunderous sound system, deep spiritual rhythms, and unwavering commitment to the Jah Rastafari message. From iconic tracks like Jah Will Guide to his global influence in roots and dub, this is a rare chance to hear from the man who's kept the culture alive and thriving. Tune in for a powerful conversation about music, spirituality, and legacy.
I didn't know the meaning of Rasta until I asked about what to eat. And I was checking about the story, what mean Rasta.
Mm-hmm.
And I know you don't eat pork.
We don't eat pork, no.
Why?
Because it's said to be very unclean meat.
Yeah.
Yeah, if you look at the pig, what the pig does, they're scavengers. So they anything you eat, anything you throw away, they eat. So it becomes unclean.
My latest research gave me the idea why it's not okay to eat. It's not because it's unclean. It's because 70% of the pork DNA, it's like human. That's why doctors are using pork organs to transplant to people.
Okay. Well, that's a later discovery.
Yeah.
Yeah. Originally, scavengers of the earth, like shellfish, they crawl on the bottom of the sea.
True.
And all the rubbish they eat off the seabed. Well, it's the same with the pig.
Okay.
They do exactly the same thing as well.
Okay,
so
that's understandable.
Yeah. But fish is okay. Anything with scale is okay. But anything like crab and lobster and shrimps as well, they are shellfish.
Okay, yeah. What else mean Rasta?
You could consider it like a religion. It isn't a religion. It's how you
It's
live
the
your
way
life.
how to live, yeah.
Yeah. We live in a certain way. We're supposed to be living clean. We're supposed to be helpful to everyone around you.
Okay.
And we're supposed to be living of a godly nature. Yeah. So that is just the way we live. We take our guidance as well. A lot of the guidance that we take is from the Bible as well.
This is good to know because I think everyone knows about the term of Rasta, but they didn't really know what Rasta mean. I mean, people like me.
Yeah. The name come from Ethiopia, Africa. There was a king born there. Yeah. And he was crowned there. When he was crowned, his name was Tafari Makonnen. Yeah. And he was crowned Rastafari.
Okay.
See, Ras means the head of everything. Yeah. Tafari means the creator. Yeah. So put that together, you say Rastafari. It's not Rastafari, it's Rastafari. And they consider him to be of a very holy nature, coming from the lineage of King Solomon back way, but
Okay.
then, you know, in
Yeah,
the
yeah.
times of Jesus and things like that. They class him as the Messiah.
Okay. I'm going to invite you to eat some buffalo chicken, I think it's called,
Okay.
and spicy beef.
Okay.
We are going to eat some pizza from Nero Pizza, my sponsors. This is a franchise, and maybe someone is interested to join the franchise. Anyway, who wants to see this part when we are eating and talk about food and stuff?
Whatever.
Yeah. They can jump in the end of the video and they can see this part. Now, enjoy your video. I want to ask you, because I know you are doing now some shows in Spain
Yeah.
and you've been shaking some festivals in Brazil.
Yeah, we went a couple of times to Brazil.
Okay. How was there?
It's very good. You know what? It's wonderful to know that what you do, there are so many people in other countries that appreciate what you do. I don't bring the sound system. It's too much to transport a sound system there, but I set up 2 or 3 sound together, big enough, and I perform on those.
Okay. I watch your website. I like reggae music, like Bob Marley, and usually people who are going to the shows, they're quite young.
Yeah.
And how you manage to not switch your hobby?
In what way?
I mean, you're still doing music because some people are giving up.
You mean the elders?
Yeah.
Yeah. Well, a lot of the elders, you see, it's different. It's different for them, and it's different for we, because we are producers. A lot of the elders who play a sound system weren't producers. They didn't produce music. They only get music and go and set up a sound and go and play. You know, with me now, and not just me. There are many like me now who have their own recording studio. They produce their own music, and then they use those music as their personal anthems, you know.
Okay, yeah. I hope, guys, you like my t-shirt. Thank you for it. I noticed you won the unification of dub. It was like a contest.
The cup. Yeah. It's
How was that?
well, it's good to know that you've reached a standard where, you know, you've become recognized over that. You know, there was it's a competition with 16 other sound system in the UK, you know, from all over the UK, including myself. And they did it in heats, you know, 2 player here, 2 player here, 2 player there, 2 player, and the winners played.
That's nice. I think that's very interesting.
And we won. I think this was 2009. I think it was 2009. Yeah, we won the cup. But there haven't been a competition since. Before 2009, every year there was a competition.
Okay.
I didn't enter because I wasn't around then. But after I win it, there's no more cup. And I don't know why.
You should make one.
Yeah, maybe I should put one on.
Yeah.
There are other cup dances going on, but it's not the same type of music. You know, it's not because we do roots and culture music and dub. Roots and culture and dub. But there are other cups there of a different genre of music to dub. This, what I won, with the cup that I win, was a dub cup. It's a sect. It's a certain sect of the market.
When I did my new setup here, I catch you in live.
Really?
It was interesting because I never hear that kind of music. If you look back in your past, what was that moment when you said, I did that?
Oh, I don't know. I don't know. I've never really glorified any times when I I did that. I don't like to brag.
If I'm talking with you, let's say, and I did something like that, like at least in your mind.
The only thing I've done was bad,
But
Yeah. The only things that I would have done is bad. You know, you string up the sound system and you play the sound system, and then things break and things crack and things, you know. So I don't like to brag about that. I don't like to own up about that, you know. But there has been a few.
I know I brag about everything what I'm doing.
Okay.
It's just because what I'm doing helps others. I posted a few days ago, been to a Romanian event, a workshop, to learn how to dance the traditional Romanian dance. Because Romania is split like in territories. I'm from Transylvania, and I just found out how hard it's the Transylvanian dance. I mean, it's very complex, and because I never learned it, and I'm supposed to be taught by my parents.
Supposed to.
Yeah, but they didn't pass that. Because when they've been young, there was like a tradition to have that dancing.
But you didn't get it.
Yeah, because and when it was an event, they say, "Why don't know how to dance?" But you didn't teach me. How am I supposed to learn?
Oh, you're supposed to learn. Yeah. Nobody teach you.
And I'm learning here in Birmingham. Basically, was in Birmingham.
Oh, okay. Okay, yeah.
And it's going to be another one in 2 months,
Okay.
maybe in July.
All right. In Birmingham?
Yeah.
All right. You make sure you tell me.
It was very interesting because I was called to be MC. I never did something like that.
Okay.
And I wrote a text which I supposed to say about the sponsors and I forgot the text. I was with the phone in my hand.
Oh no.
But I wasn't nervous. I don't know what happened because usually I know when I'm nervous. Even I had the text in front of me, still is like it wasn't there.
That's right.
But
That's right. You get stage fright.
I didn't have. I improvised a bit and end up well. And they called me for the second appearance. So that's good.
You see,
I mean, it was first time on the stage.
Yeah.
And I said, it's quite good if they still want me.
Very good.
Yeah.
Well, at least you make a headway that way.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I'm bragging about it because if I'm there, I'm invited to another event and I try to, at least my followers, to bring information to them. And I think it's what those people are seeing. It's the value what I can bring.
I think, like for me now, what I do, I see the joy in people's face what I do. Yeah, and for me, I don't need to brag, you know.
Okay.
Because they already know. You know, I don't need to say, well, you know what, I did that, I did this, I caused this, you know. And like I say, for me now, because I'm a record producer as well, I get the feedback from people anyway, so I don't need to say, well, you know, hey, look, I did this and I did that. Everybody already knows, you know. Like I said, the only thing that I've done bad was break people's building. So, and it's not. I don't need to brag about that.
That's when you did some mean system.
Yeah.
That's why your name is King Earthquake.
Yeah.
Okay. Now I understand.
They used to call me the demolition zone.
All right.
Yeah.
But you can work in construction then.
Yeah. They say if your building wants coming down, call King Earthquake.
Now I'm very curious about your shows in Spain. What you are doing there?
It's a festival that they keep once a year, and I think every year it's getting bigger and bigger and bigger.
Oh, that's good.
Yeah. And I think there are more than one arena now. There are different stages now. You know, I mean, I did it probably about 4 years ago or 5 years ago, something like that. And it wasn't small then. When you're not working and you start to walk and you see this performance and then you see that performance, you think you know how big the organization is. Well, it's gone bigger. And they've called me to do a performance for 7 hours. It don't normally go for 7 hours, I know. It's normally 3 hours at the max. Yeah, but I've been put on stage for 7 hours. If I can stand up that long, then great. If I can't, I don't know what I'm gonna do. But yeah, I think everybody looking forward to this because I've taken a decision to do less shows. I used to be out like every week, every other week, every month. Now I'm doing less. So when I do perform now, everybody's crazy. They get excited and then
Oh, that's nice.
yeah.
I think that's a wonderful feeling when you see the public reaction.
Yeah. Well, it's I'm been getting this reaction for a long time. It's now for me nothing like playing music now. When you first start out, yeah, oh yes, fantastic. Yeah, I'm gonna be playing here. I'm gonna be playing there. I'm gonna play. No, it's an everyday job. It doesn't have the novelty wear off. It doesn't have the impact for me that it did when I was younger. So yeah.
I saw some pictures of yours when you've been young. Quite interesting with all the gears and enormous speakers.
Yeah, okay. You seen that, did you? Okay.
Yeah. Now I know you have a radio show.
Yes, I do a radio show. In fact, there's 3 shows that I do a week. The Sunday show is a chat show. I bring the elders.
Yeah, I saw that.
Yeah, and they come and they give us their story of how things was for them and what they remember and how they think it should be and whatever. Yeah. So Monday nights now, like last night, I do old school vintage roots music on vinyl. Don't play anything else. I only play vinyl. But then like Thursday now is what we could class as the dub night. So it's 2 different eras. The music that I play on a Monday night is like from 1978, 75, 78 up to mid 80s, and the Thursday is from 2000, the year 2000 onwards.
Which one is your favorite?
I'm old school. I prefer the Monday nights.
I remember it was some guests what you had and they've been singing as well. And when I saw that video, I just imagine how it is like when you have a group of friends staying, talking, singing. And it's basically how I picture that video.
Yeah,
How
yeah.
interesting it's, how you said it's a talk in the song.
Well, you know what? Every time you meet somebody, it's a little journey, right?
Yeah.
And many things come out that don't normally come out, that nobody knows.
Yeah.
So this is why we have a chat show, so we could get deeper into the people's mind, what they're doing.
That's great. Before you got trophies and recognition, what struggles you had before?
I didn't have much. The only struggle when I first started out, and this is like 1976, 78, yeah, was that I was not accepted.
Why?
The field that I work in, sound system and reggae music, and that it's mainly it's classed as black people music. I'm Indian.
Okay.
Yeah. So we are Indian from Jamaica still. It's very strange for them to actually see somebody else of a different nationality back then doing what they do, and sometimes doing it better as well. They didn't like, yeah. So you get that fight, that was a struggle.
Yes,
that
yes.
was a fight, because all of my crew, members of my crew, they're my cousins. So we're all Indian, And then people doesn't accept, well, where's this Indian sound going? This is a black man world. This is a black man game. Why is the Indian people doing? We had that hurdle to come over.
Like Eminem, he was white in
Okay.
rap music,
Okay.
which it's connected to black.
It's different now. I mean? I think because I've established and people start to learn, so it isn't just black people in Jamaica. There's Indians as well in Jamaica. Plenty. There's a community of Indians in Jamaica all over,
Yeah.
And if you think about it, it's Indian country, not the black man country. Black people are from Africa, you see? Jamaica is Indian country. That's why you call them the West Indian. you know?
Yeah.
Yeah, that's
Uh,
what you, that's
yeah,
what
I
you,
come over on that. This is funny because in Romania we have this traditional music. All Romanians are white, and black people start to sing the Romanian traditional music,
okay.
and everyone love it.
Really?
Yeah,
Okay.
I love it.
Okay.
Just because to see someone different embracing your tradition,
Yes. Yes.
it's wonderful.
Yes. No, that's quite nice to hear. With me, it was the other way around.
And what make you push through? What helps you to still doing it?
Because you got people, you know, thinking. Some of them will say it, but a lot of them don't say it. You guys, you shouldn't be doing this. You should be sticking to your own music and da 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 da. Well, reggae is our music as well, and it's the determination to prove everybody wrong.
Yeah.
Yeah. So that gave me the incentive, and the goal to keep carrying on. It wasn't long after. I mean, when I go into the dance, it's only probably about 4 or 5 dances I play, and people start to accept. Yeah.
Now I wanted to ask how is now how people think about that.
Well, that doesn't exist no more. The door is already open. Every nation building sound system. Every nation is playing sound system, and that's fantastic.
I know in 2015 a lot of things change in your life because you have a fire which destroy your studio
Yeah.
and all the gear.
It wasn't so much fire. There was a fire, but because I have the front of the building on the street, yeah. And when you have a recording studio, you're blocking out all of the noise from outside coming in, and the noise from inside going out. So we used to pad the window and put boards over it.
Yeah.
Right. So from outside, it doesn't look good. It's not a window. It's boarded up. So, like, there was a fire in the building. It wasn't even my side. But the fire people came and they climbed up the ladder and bust the window, kick the doors, the boards them down, and just put the hose, the water hose, put them in and just let it go. And it soak everything, it wet up everything, and it's all electrical. They did that upstairs, and they did that downstairs. Downstairs is where the sound system was. They got the scissor cutter and cut the shutters, because I had a big shutter. They cut the shutter because they couldn't open it, and they put the jack in and open it up and put the hoses, 3-4 hoses in, and just let the water in.
Wow.
That did the damage to the sound. That what
The
destroyed
water, not the fire.
Yeah.
I wrote here a question. It sounds a bit weird. Your bass line weren't just louder, they were crafted. Can you tell me the skills what you need to do that?
Well, there is no skill, it's just imagination. Are you talking the sound system or the
the-
music that I create?
Both of them.
Okay. I build the sound system to push more bass. So anything that goes through that sound, it sounds heavy, it shakes. Yeah. So when I build all of my records, my tunes, my music, I use a bass line that I know that my sound system can handle.
Okay.
So it works hand in hand. There's many people that say, Errol, when you play this, it sounds good, but when I play it by my sound, it don't sound good.
It was handcrafted to my sound system.
Yeah, it's all about frequencies.
True. If you think about how a song you can hear in the car, how it sound on the radio, how it sound in the headphones.
Yes.
Because it sounds a bit different.
Yes.
It depends about the speaker.
Yeah, and when you go into an auditorium or a stage show or whatever, it sounds different there. Different size speakers, different frequencies.
But because you are doing so powerful bass on the speakers, do you think the cars are affected?
The cars.
Yeah,
Yeah.
the alarms. The car
Yeah,
alarms.
yeah. I mean, there are times when I'm playing and people are coming in from the outside and says, "Turn it down, turn it down, turn it down." Car alarms, I'm setting off. But it does. I mean, like if you have a car alarm and you shake the car, it senses it,
Yeah.
and the alarm goes off. Well, this is what was happening.
When you built your studio in 2003, how was the creative process when you produce a song?
Well, you don't know everything all at once. You know, you have to start off and you're learning. That's what it is. And I had a very good teacher as well. In fact, it was he's been doing music and studio work for all his life, you know. And like he said, because I used to go to other people's studio to get music for myself. You understand? And when I go, you're spending big money, studio time, and for them to do the work as well, you know. So he said to me, he said, "Look, why don't you set up your own studio?" I said, "I don't know if you work a studio. I've never worked a studio. It's different from sound system to studio." He said, "I'll teach you." And because he's top of his game, he have a lot of old equipment surplus that he don't use no
Okay,
more because
yeah.
he upgrade. He's one of those guys keep upgrading and upgrading and upgrading. You have to have the best. So he set up my studio with some of his old equipment, and this is what you do for this, and this is what you do for this, and this is what, yeah. So I follow that, and that is how I start learning, you know, and it becomes practice when you make a simple beat, yeah. You hear it next week. Oh, I should have done this. I should have done that. I should have. So next time you make sure. So when you're making another record or another tune, you put these things in or you take these things out.
I think in 2003, if I'm not mistaken, because I was a teenager in that year, I spent a lot of time on my village side, on my grandparents,
Right.
and one of the neighbors built a studio,
Okay.
a recording studio, and I wanted to understand what he's doing, but I didn't. He got this rock band, and they wasn't able to play a note, and I said, "Don't worry, I will do it by the keyboard." But
Yeah.
he was able to do on guitar as well, but they didn't hit that key what they're supposed to. And they tried.
Yeah.
And it was fascinating for me, but
Yeah.
I think I wasn't very talented.
You know, it depends on what mind you have. I mean,
Yes.
if you don't have a musical mind, yeah, you're not gonna be interested as a young man growing up.
I would love to do music,
Yeah. Okay.
but I don't know how to. If you see there, I have a keyboard there. I still don't know how to play.
Okay. Well, I don't.
Yeah, but
I don't. I only
Yeah,
press
you already-
what sounds good.
okay.
Yeah, and then I build on top of that. And then I build on top of that.
Yeah. But still, you need to know how. Now I know a bit of theory, like how you're supposed to start a song, how to end it, how is the middle, how you're supposed to have the transitions, and but I didn't in that period.
Yeah.
It's not very easy to make one.
No, it ain't. And this is why not everybody's a producer.
Yeah,
You know, so, yeah, if you take
but I would love to be one.
well, you can be.
Yeah,
You
but
can
I
be.
think it's more practice, and I think it needs someone to show to you.
Well, when you come to Birmingham, I'll show you how I do it.
Okay.
You know, it's not the same as somebody else doing it or everybody else do it different.
Yeah.
But I can show you how I do it.
Yeah, it's still a process. If it's anyone who want to follow your footsteps, what do you recommend?
Dedication. You need to be absolutely dedicated. You know, there are a lot of people who go down the road of building sound system and do all the hard work and then later have to give it up. All that equipment that they buy, time it takes to spend and build your system, build sound, build your speaker boxes, build your amplifier racks, everything. And then they stop eventually. And a lot of it is sometimes family gets in the way. You have to spend some time with family. and also finance get in the way.
Yeah.
And also because there are so many sound systems, yeah, and everybody's competing, you don't get to play. So people get disheartened and they give up,
Yeah.
you know. So my answer to those people is don't give up. Keep pushing through. You've got the equipment already.
It's going to be people like those who are going to tell you why you are losing your time. But it's only because they don't believe in you.
Yeah.
And they don't see the value.
Right. Well, there you are. That's it as well. And not only that is that you spend thousands and thousands of pounds and you're not working. Where's the money coming back to pay for what you did?
Yeah, that's one. But yeah, you can still do a good job.
Okay, you see, sound system, it's like without doing it, they form their own leagues, like football.
Yeah.
You know, so they have league this and league that, and I'm in that category, not in that category, and I want to be in that category, but you understand? Yeah. So what it is these people who put their shows on, yeah, always go to the top and pick the sound systems from there to put the show on. The other people don't get a look in, and that's wrong.
Yeah.
You know, so therefore you've got your sound system, you spend all of that time, you spend a big portion of your life and a big portion of your money building up that sound, and it's sitting there and it's not doing nothing.
What you can advise to those people?
There is no advice. What it is the advice of somebody who hasn't started yet. If you don't start yet, be careful of what you're going into. Research it properly before you go into spending all of that money.
Yeah, but if someone already spent,
Yeah, this is what I'm saying. If they already spend, then
what they can do?
There isn't a lot that you can do. You have to wait until somebody gives you a booking, or somebody gives you a block booking, or you go out and make your own shows.
I think I will go for that.
Yeah. Well, you see, what's happening now is that, let's say 20 years ago, 30 years ago, there was many venues all over the place. Now they're all closed down.
This is going to be one of the things what I will do in the future, explore other cultures.
It's good to know. I mean, you probably never get into that, but at least you know.
Yeah, like how I said, I didn't know about Rasta. Now I found out what it is.
So it's a way of life. It's how you live.
Yeah, but everyone had now a way how to live. Like if you, let's say, this, but it's a different reason. It's a medical reason. When you have a gluten intolerance,
Yes.
it's a way of life.
Yes.
Or you are a vegan.
Yeah.
Or you are just a meat eater like me. It's a way of life, and there are reasons why those are like that. Why that type of life
it's
is
their belief, right?
Yeah.
It's their belief, and a lot of it is down to I would say religion, why you live the way that you do.
My country is Christian Orthodox. We have those days before Easter and Christmas, which we have fasting Wednesday and Friday, or even sometimes we don't eat meat in those days. Even we didn't know the reason. Even that's good for the body, not only because it's a religious thing. Because it's good for body as well to do the fasting, and I didn't know that.
You see, what it is that there's a lot of elders try tested. This is good.
They didn't say why.
That's right. They know why, and they tell you do this, you do this, you do this, but they don't say why you should do it.
Yeah.
Yes, and so we're growing up, and we're doing it, but we don't know why.
Exactly.
Yeah.
But I think that's important. Why? Because it's a reason. There are benefits from it. Our country, it's a pork eater country. But the reason is when in history our country was attacked by Ottoman Empire, they took all the sheep, cows, everything, and they didn't eat pork.
Okay.
And what we should do, we eat pork.
Yeah.
And because of that, we consume pork. It goes so deep in our DNA, like everything it's with pork.
Yeah. I hear that. You know, it's said if it's for survival,
Yeah.
if you have no choice,
Yeah, but it still remain.
Yeah. But like when you come back out of your survival and then there is choice, you should choose the right thing, not what you was doing before. You know?
Yes.
But then, you know, as you go on, you start to like it.
Now it's like I'm a second question myself because of what you say about the pork, because it's living in the field, and the DNA part, why beef is even better, or why chicken is even better than pork.
Yeah. But you see what it is for us, because our parents don't tell you these things. But if you read parts of the Bible, it will tell you.
Yeah.
You know, and this is why I said to you, I said the way of life that we live, sometime we use the guidance from the Bible.
Yeah.
You know, so that's
But-
where that come in.
It's only because the words, because it's the old style of expressing.
Yeah.
You don't understand it.
Yeah. And at the end of the day, it's a man write the Bible, right?
Yeah. If you think about it, they are instruction.
Yeah.
Even what Jesus said,
Yeah.
like those teachings.
Yeah, the
What
Ten
he said.
Commandments.
Yeah.
Yeah.
You're not doing only the music part. You're building now the Heritage Center to honor the Windrush generation.
Yeah. I'm all for preserving the history
Yeah.
and the heritage now. You know, that's what I want to do. I want to preserve what they had, the elders. When they come to England in the 50s and the 60s,
Okay.
yeah, they leave Jamaica and come to England. They had their own way of doing things, you know. And I would like to preserve that for them, because right now they have drifted into a different world. They live in today's world, and I think it would be more happier for them to listen to their music, what they used to have, and be in the environment that they used to have.
Do you have a type of dance?
You know, every generation have a different way
Yeah,
of doing
but
things.
but traditional dance.
No, there isn't a traditional dance. It's not like Morris dancing or you know, that kind of thing. The West Indians, they're just free. They just do what they want.
Okay.
You know, it's a freestyle. But then when
But
they see
still
a
there are
style,
movements.
they'll, you know, copy that style, and you know, each of them would start doing that. You know, it's like ska. Ska is very fast move.
Why I'm asking, it's I had a podcast before I went to that event, Romanian dancing event in Birmingham, but it was in Romanian, the podcast, and she said our traditional dance, it's translated play, because it's more like a group dance.
Yeah.
He said it's very beneficial for the health. It's because usually in the old days, like hundreds of years ago or 50 years ago,
Yeah.
I mean, in the communist time, I think it was when this happened, they call it barn dance.
Barn dancing.
Because it was in the barn and they played there. I mean, everyone from the village come and dance and they hold hands.
Yeah.
The energy, what it was transmitted. I think it's the same with the reggae music.
Well, it's the same with every nation, right?
Yeah.
You
Yeah, but we are not living this.
no.
And when I've been in the Birmingham,
Yeah.
and I just remember what I feel there, all the connection between people. We still had those kind of events when I was young, but I think now they start to do it again, to rediscover.
Right. Okay.
We still have weddings, but it's not the same. We are still doing the dance. We still have the traditional music on TV and we have channels, but to be there, like I will show you the videos after, it's a different world.
Yeah, and it's a different feeling.
Yeah.
This is what I want to bring back, you know, for the elders. That's why I'm trying to open the Heritage Center.
Yeah, but even the young generation needs to learn about it.
What I plan to do is to hold big seminars
Okay.
in the place where you got an elder panel and you got youngsters from school and college.
Okay.
where-
Yes.
And these would try to show them what it was like and how we used to live and what we used to eat and what we used to do in the evening and and then they would question and they would have a
Yeah, bonding. Yeah.
yeah. So that is what I try to do, what I want to do. That is Then I want to get some of the elders who used to play sound system before me, come and lecture the younger generation who is building sound system or who want to build sound system. You know, this is what we used to do. We used to use this equipment. We used to use this. You don't have it no more, but this is what we used to do. And that the mood was this, and we had to.
Oh, yeah.
Then they would come back with, well, we don't have that anymore, but we're using this and we're using that. And so there's that collaboration as well. You know, so there's two things that I want to do in this Heritage Center. You know, that the elders teaching the youngers and the young guns also teaching the elders.
That sounds nice. It's exactly what those people are doing in Birmingham. Because apparently a lot of things happen there. It's because it's the feeling.
Yeah, it will give you the feeling of being back home where it was comfortable.
Let's say it's not only about the home. It's about the people.
Yeah, because don't forget, when they come, they all come together.
Yeah.
So there was a unity amongst them right there.
Like, let's say, in my example, my daughter, she grew up here.
Yeah.
And she don't know how it was there.
No.
But she can see how it is here with the same tradition from Romania.
Yeah, it's the same thing because they know what it was like then, but then they also know what it's like now. The younger generation only know what it's like now. They didn't know about that. So it's all part of that collaboration of seminars and mingling and meeting. I notice now a lot of the younger generation, they only know the tablet and the phone.
Yeah. I'm bored.
And yeah. We didn't have that back in the day. So we used to be in the backyard, play on the streets, football, cricket, you know, make go-karts, those kind of things.
Oh, yeah, with those metal things. Oh.
Yeah. We used to make all of those things, and that's how we occupied ourselves.
Oh, I remember I didn't have money, and even I didn't have from where to buy a skateboard because it was none in my city. And because I saw on TV, I built one.
All right, see?
I mean, it wasn't like actual skateboard, but it looked like one.
Yeah.
I think I took some wheels from some furniture, you know.
Yeah, okay.
But it was interesting, and everyone wanted it, and someone stole it.
Really?
Yeah. That means I did a good job.
Yeah.
But basically, it was a piece of timber.
Yeah. You know, back in the day, like when we were young, we had creative minds.
Oh, yeah. You know, people are playing now Call of Duty online. One, I told to some young guys from here, from England, I had 14. We made tubes. They look like submachine guns with a lot of pipes. And we make coordinates from paper, you know,
All right.
and put in the tubs. And that was our Call of Duty game. And we've been on teams like terrorist and counter-terrorist.
Okay.
And,
Okay.
and we fight with tubes.
Okay. You see, it was fun, right?
Yeah.
Nowadays, they don't know that.
Our parents barely been able to bring us back in the house.
Yeah. You see?
Yeah.
That's the thing. But no, society have it away. And it's not the children's fault. It's society. They teach you to play with the phone. They teach you to play the games on the TV. They teach you to have one of these. You understand? I think for society right now, they make it really, really hard for a family to survive. You're working. You don't stop. You've got no time. And when you come home, you're tired. You don't want the kids them around you. Go to your room. Go and play the television. Go and play the game. Go and play this. You know, keep them away for a little while. Come down after. You know, so I think it's these things that make the children them the way that they are. And plus, not only that, it's dangerous on the street now. It wasn't before.
Oh, yes, true.
Yeah.
We've been able to stay until midnight. But we've been 10 years old. And
Yeah. And you're out on the street.
the dangerous thing was only another kid.
Yeah. Yeah. See? You see? This is everything changed. Everything changed. So it's not the children. I wouldn't blame the children. It's society.
I think he's the same in Romania, a bit safer because it's not so dangerous there. I mean, even Andrew Tate, you heard about him.
No.
Brother states. I think they live in Birmingham and they move in Romania. He said UK is failing because I'm able to go here with my Rolex watch, he's saying in Romania, and go with the Rolex at home back and go like walking in the middle of the night. If I do that in London, maybe I will lose the arm as well.
Yeah. I mean, that's a good analogy.
But
it
that's
really isn't
crazy.
safe out there for the children. Them, so they have to be indoors. And I don't know, you can't climb a tree inside. You can't build go-karts inside.
How you would describe yourself after all the wins and losses and lessons? How you describe yourself now?
Old and wise. Very old. More than wise. Yeah. I don't know. I think I have a level mind. I'm able to see the other side, and I could weigh up right and wrong, that kind of thing. So I think I'm level-minded. I don't see myself anything more than the next man.
If you see the younger version of yourself, what you are going to tell him?
Carry on.
Okay.
I don't think I did a bad job myself, so.
Yeah, true. At least you didn't give up to your dreams. I think this is most important thing, because I think it was like a dream for you, not dream, like a wish, not to be a producer or to be in the music industry.
Well, no, I drifted into that, innit?
Okay.
I didn't actually say I want to be a producer. I'm gonna be a producer. I drifted into that, and it was. I think at some point it was out of necessity.
Yeah.
Because big money was being spent in other people's studio.
Usually I'm asking people this question because the COVID period was quite hard for everyone. How it was for you?
It was easy because I had no interruptions. You didn't have people coming to visit you. I could spend all my time in the studio, production after production after production. So it was very fruitful for me. So COVID didn't really interrupt me at all. In fact, it gave me a bit of peace and time to do what I didn't need to do.
How it was after?
After you start off drifted back into the hustle and bustle of life, you slow down and other things take over. But you got to go with the ride, right? You got to strive with everything that's going on, But I had cancer after that, after COVID. During the COVID, you couldn't fly to do shows anywhere in the world, so there was that period. But then after I had cancer, so still I couldn't fly, I couldn't do any shows anywhere. It took me 6 months of chemotherapy. I went through that.
It was that hard, the chemotherapy?
Yeah, well, chemotherapy, for those people who don't go through chemotherapy, it takes over your whole body. And you don't feel like waking up. Sometimes you can't walk properly. And if you can walk, if you go a distance from here to there, you're very, very tired. You feel fatigued. You need to sit down. You need to take time out. Sometimes they said that the chemotherapy would make you start to vomit, quite a lot. It didn't happen to me, luckily, but a lot of people do go through that as well. You feel like you're in the bed, and also all of a sudden you need to. So you keep a bucket by your bed, that kind of thing. Yeah. So I went through that for probably a year and a half.
But did that affect your work in the studio?
Not in the studio. It's just that there are times when you can't stay awake that long, So you will do a bit here, and then a bit there, and then a bit there, Okay. It's not intense like that. And I slowed down. I slow down all of my bookings. I tell everybody, says, listen, don't book me until I'm ready. And only now,
You're starting strong.
yeah,
And what the future holds?
I think I'm getting to the stage where I'm trying to work out a way that I don't need to travel anymore. You understand? I don't want to get on a plane and start flying here, doing shows, and then coming back. And it's a lot of hassle, and it takes it out of your body as well. You know, I'm trying to work a way wherein I can still provide music without the traveling. So I'll probably do now, probably 3-4 shows a year.
Okay.
Yeah, I don't want to do any more than that. You know, I need to pace myself.
You should start doing some show in Birmingham.
This is the thing as well. In your own hometown, you're not as well known as the rest of the world. If I go abroad, they're eager, they're happy, they're very glad, they're overjoyed to see you. It's not like that.
That's very strange.
It's always like that. It's always like that. You know?
Yes, that means you are not appreciated at your hometown.
Yeah. it is
I
like
mean,
that.
yeah, it's like in the family. It's like they don't really appreciate what you are doing,
Yeah.
and maybe they are envy you a bit. And the thing is, other people appreciate you and what you're doing.
Yeah. Everybody else does. But your surroundings don't. They acknowledge what you do. They accept what you do. But it's not a big thing for them. You know, oh, we can see Errol anytime.
Oh.
We can go and meet him anytime.
Oh, yeah.
It's no big thing. Whereas when you go outside, you think, oh my God, I've never seen this man. Let me go and shake him, man. It's that kind of thing.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a different feeling. But like now, I'm slowing down.
Do you have any project soon, like, or show?
The project I have done in the center, what I'm building, the Heritage Center, I've built an old 1960, 1970 sound system. It's not no modern technology or anything. It's all old school. So I'm going to use that system to bring the elders to come and play on a system so that everybody can come and see what it was like back in the day. You got the old people playing the old sound, playing the old music.
That's something which I want to see.
You see, not only that, like probably once a month or so, I will do my own show.
That's good.
Which means that sound system is not leaving the building, it's staying there, it's not coming out. You understand?
It comes with the building.
Yes. So this means now I don't have to pack up a truck anymore. I don't have to load up a lorry anymore. I don't have to go down the motorway anymore. You understand? So this is one of the benefits of having that system there. If they want to hear me, then they have to come to me, not me go to them. That's one way of me slowing down.
Where people can see your work.
A lot of my music is on my website, King Earthquake official site.com.
I will put that in the description.
My music is also on Spotify, and you can buy my music on Bandcamp.
It's on Spotify.
Yeah.
I should listen.
Yeah. And probably somewhere else as well. You have to talk to the media manager.
Okay.
This media manager knows everything that I don't know.
I'm very pleased because I know her.
Oh, okay. The other thing I need to let you know and let everybody know as well, that the radio station, you can only get to the radio station through the website. You know, so you've got to get to the website first, and then the radio station is on the website.
Yeah.
Look, King Earthquake, one of the biggest sound system ever was. Join me on my website, King Earthquake official site, one word, King Earthquake official site.com. Very easy to remember. You will see merchandise page, you will see music page, you will see photographs page, and don't laugh after my old-time photograph, the vintage.
But they're nice. I saw them.
Oh, you see them? Okay,
Yeah.
okay.
A picture with radiogram, if I'm not mistaken.
Yeah. That's in the front room. I have created a 70s front room.
Okay.
What all the elders used to have back in their homes, back in them times. You know, I have recreated all the old furniture, the old cabinet, the old chandelier, the light shade, the clock, everything, all the ornaments. It's all vintage.
Nice. Thank you for watching this video, and thank you for coming. And nice to see you in my studio. And now I need to come to yours.
Yeah, you come and visit mine when you're ready.
Yes.
Yeah.
We are going to go back to eat some pizza. And
Okay.
we're going to do some more talking. What do you like to eat in Jamaica?
I never been to Jamaica.
No? But from Jamaica.
Traditional foods.
Like?
Yeah. You know, ackee, saltfish, dumpling, yam, banana. Those
Okay.
things. Yeah.
Show you a song. I know he was a rapper. She was singing in the warehouse where I worked. And I told them, because they didn't know each other, and said, yeah, you should do a song. And I'm very proud of them because they listened. They listened. And they did this song. She's from Nigeria. And he's Romanian.
Okay. This is Romanian.
No,
No.
I don't know what language they speak in Nigeria. It's French and some local language. I was proud of him because he didn't know those two languages, French and the other language, but he was able to sing.
Okay.
I will tell you when his part comes in.
Do you understand? Do you understand what they're singing? The language?
I don't know. It's French and the other song language. I will check how it's called. No, Nigeria. She's from Congo. I did a mistake. I think she's from Congo.
Okay.
Siluba. I think that's the language. Because I remember.
Never heard it.
Siluba, yeah. But he didn't know the language. He's Romanian.
Okay.
And he did well. And the last time when we meet, I think I told you about a Romanian guy. He called himself Mr. White.
Okay.
But he's calling himself a polyglot singer. Here was to Romania Got Talent. This is Romanian.
So they're into rap.
He's doing reggae too, because he started with reggae,
Okay, okay.
trying to find.
Stripes and the facts are call it half okay. I'm a sub take it to explain, Miss a Super Jane. Call it what's up a day, my guns in my way. Them I wanted to say you won't catch your plane. I miss a down on your face and spread out your legs. Babylon police, them here to arrest all the youth like them sinners, all the drug ghetto dealers, all the youth like them killers. What the snitches get in us. Babylon police, them a thief me freedom say. Babylon Babylon police, them a wicked kingdom. Say Babylon police, them a bad them.
What do you think?
It's all right. He's got the essence right. He's got the lyrics. Obviously, he's done some research on it. He knows the struggle.
Yeah. I know him since he was a kid. It's very weird to see him like that and to know how he looked before.
And to what he look like now.
Because he looked like a very smart student with big glasses.
Oh, okay.
And now he's Mr. White.
Okay.
But he's still using his brain. He can do the rap in different languages. That's why he's called polyglot rapper.
Right. Okay. That's a good talent to have, right?
Yeah.
You can
I don't
fit
know how
anywhere.
you can remember all the languages,
Yeah.
but to rap on them.
No, well, you know what? You say he look like a geek and all that. But he's a learner.
Yeah.
He's a learner.